Excuse me, do you mind if I join you? You're really pushing your luck, aren't you, stranger? Nisha over there just told me that you came strolling along the south road like you had all the time in the world, just when she was about to close the gate for the night. Believe me, you do not want to be caught outside after dark. You must have been told that much before you came here. And if you had somehow managed to make it to our walls after dark, I don't think we would have opened the gates to let you in. Risking everyone else's life to save a stranger? Not a chance. You are the monster hunter we've sent for, aren't you? I've been expecting you. Wasn't quite sure if you would make it here though, alone and on foot. What's your name? My name is Runa. The mayor of Nighthaven has contracted me to be your guide. I grew up there, in Nighthaven, so I know Usrin well. I'm an experienced hunter and tracker, and I know the monsters and the land, and the rituals, of course. I've had some training as a druid as well. I did not expect the mares to hire another hunter, but most of them wanted to give it another try. The mayor of Millstone was the only one who was against it. Since the last southerner who accepted the job met such an untimely end, it was decided that the next one should not be left to wander the wilds alone. So here I am, with my local knowledge and your skills. We might actually stand a chance. I see you carry a broadsword. I have my bow and a bit of magic. Hopefully, our skills will complement each other. I'm not sure how much information you've been given, but I can probably fill in some of the gaps. But first, how about some supper? If you crossed into the wilds this morning and walked all the way here, that is far to go on foot in one day. You must be tired and hungry. I'll ask Brentor for a bowl of the stew he made earlier. Boar stew with carrots, potatoes and mushrooms, and some of that dark filling bread he makes every day. Hang on. Here you go. Stew, buttered bread, and a tankard of mead. Brentor is a good cook. He came here from the south and settled down more than 20 years ago. How he came to own the inn, I don't know. He doesn't talk about his past. Well, dig in while it's still warm, and I'll try to fill you in a bit more. Where do you come from? Elrith, huh? I visited Elrith a few years ago. Oh, don't look so surprised. I have traveled a bit outside of the wilds. Visited a few of the city-states. Strange places. Big and loud. I had no idea so many people could live in such close proximity. The settlements of the wilds contain a few hundred people each, if that. In the south, there were so many shops, so many wares, so much to choose between. And the monsters in your cities are loners, for the most part, aren't they? Hiding in sewers or graveyards, alleyways and abandoned houses, until they are disposed of by someone from your guild or the city guard. The monster problem we have here is quite different. The creatures of the forest are more hostile than they used to be. Not all of them, but many of them have changed. People have taken to calling them the corrupted, darker and wilder than the usual variants. And they are mindless and hungry, and they attack at sight. The corrupted mostly come out at night. In daytime, the chance of meeting one is slim, but not zero. And when the fog rolls in, they gather. That's why even a simple roadside inn, like this one, is heavily fortified. All the settlements have been fortified in the last few years. That didn't used to be necessary. But now, we lock ourselves away at night and most of the winter. We used to be able to coexist with them. Rituals kept them at bay. Some would even help us out, guide our hunt, or return a lost child. But not anymore. Now, the balance has shifted, and you and me are supposed to figure out why. There's little point in hunting them. That's treating the symptom rather than the disease. Our job is to get to the bottom of this. I expect we'll be doing a lot of traveling, the two of us. So it's important that we get along. And the easiest way to do that is if you do as you are told. Run when I tell you to run. Duck when I tell you to duck. Shut up when I tell you to shut up. Your life might depend on it, or mine. You are far from home, and until you start to understand how this place works, you will follow my lead. Skilled you may be, but without me, you would soon find that you're in over your head. You have a lot to learn, but we'll take it one step at a time. And I'll do my best to keep you alive. Tomorrow we will head towards Night Haven. It's a 2 days walk, and at the halfway point we can spend the night in an old cairn. It has thick walls and a solid door. We might have to flush out whatever has settled down there since the last time I was there. But I think we can handle it. The cairn is a safe enough place. Without it, traveling between Night Haven and Armsdell would be far worse. There are ways to survive a night outside without proper shelter, but it requires a great deal of magic, and that does not come cheap. The wilds are full of dangers, but also magic, beauty, and mystery. And as long as you are careful and plan ahead, the odds will be in your favor. It's the ones who take unnecessary risks that disappear in the night. And for the moment, you are in one of the safest places in all the wilds. This place is called Armsdell Tavern, and its fortifications have never been breached. All are welcome here. Even if you can't pay, Brentor will usually let you sleep in a corner. He can appear gruff, but he's a kind soul. The others are Nisha, Estra, Pelor, and Gavin. Gavin is the one playing the lute. As I mentioned, I grew up in Night Haven, but I've been one of Brentor's crew for a few years now, until I signed on to be your guide. The others work here as hunters, foragers, handymen, and guards at night. Now and then something tries to climb the wall or break through it, and they take care of it. We have a nice little community here, with hunting, foraging, bit of smithing, and the vegetable garden out back. We're usually pretty well off. Sometimes a couple of us travel to Night Haven. There we can trade pelts or meat for things we cannot make ourselves. The rest of the time we stay close to the inn and take care of the few travelers that pass by. People in the wilds are honest and hard-working, poor by your standards, I'm sure, but crafty. We always find a way to survive another night, another winter, another attack. In spite of all the dangers, this is home. We belong here. Like the trees, we have grown roots in this place. I wouldn't want to live anywhere else. There are many things you need to learn about the wilds. I haven't told you about the Lord and the Lady, the rituals, the pact that was broken, the hunt lords and the wrath of the beasts. But I think you've had quite enough for one day. When you're done eating, I'll show you to your room. It's on the top floor, so you'll be able to see the trees, not just the stockade around the inn. Maybe you'll even be able to spot your first monster. You'll certainly hear them. Don't stay up too late though. Try to get a good night's sleep. We need to get an early start tomorrow. We have a long way to go.